My wife came home from a quick grocery trip with a $15,000 ring and a story that didn't add up. At first, I thought she was hiding an affair, but when I finally uncovered the truth, I realized she'd been hiding something even worse, and it had everything to do with me. Story. So, a bit of context first. I've been married to my wife, Jenna, for 6 years. We met in college, dated for 4 years, and got married young. I work in tech, and she works part time as a freelance designer. Our finances are pretty average. We have a joint checking account, some savings, and we've been slowly building a fund for a down payment on a house. That's why what happened completely threw me off. 2 months ago, Jenna went out to grab a few groceries. It was supposed to be a quick trip: eggs, milk, maybe some snacks. She was gone for over 3 hours. When she came back, she seemed flustered, like she was in a rush to explain something, but kept changing the subject. Later that evening, I went to put something in our closet and saw a small luxury jewelry box tucked inside one of her old boots. I opened it. Inside was a ring, a huge, expensive looking diamond ring. I didn't say anything at first. I just stared at it. Then I closed the box and put it back. That night, I asked her casually how the grocery trip went. She said it was fine, nothing unusual. I asked her if she bought anything, unplanned. She looked up from her phone and said, uh, just some chocolate. Why? So she was lying. The next day, while she was at her studio, I checked our bank account. No large charges, no weird transfers, nothing about the ring. That's when I started thinking maybe she was hiding it because it was from someone else, an affair. That was the only thing that made sense. I sat on that thought for about a week. Didn't confront her. I watched, listened, checked messages when she left her phone unattended. Yeah, I know, but nothing stood out. Then one night I finally brought it up. "What's in the jewelry box in your boot?" I asked. She froze. I could actually see the panic on her face. "I was going to tell you," she said. "I swear, it's not what you think." "It looks like an engagement ring, Jenna. That's exactly what I think." She hesitated. Then she said, "It's from your mom." My jaw actually dropped. "What?" "She gave it to me a few weeks ago. She said it was passed down from your grandmother, said it belonged in the family. I didn't know how to tell you because she made me promise not to." My mom and I have a weird relationship. She's overbearing, manipulative, and likes to stir the pot. We've had boundaries for years, and Jenna knows exactly why. "She gave you a ring that expensive and told you not to tell me?" "She said it would ruin the surprise," Jenna said, rolling her eyes. "She was going to come over next month and officially present it with this whole dramatic speech about family legacy and tradition." I didn't know whether to laugh or be pissed. I texted my mom that night and asked her directly, "Did you give Jenna a ring?" Her reply came back in seconds. "Of course, she's family." "Why?" I called her. "What exactly are you doing giving her expensive jewelry behind my back?" My mom said, "It's not just jewelry, it was your grandmother's, and I thought Jenna deserved to have it, especially since she's more like family to me than you are these days." I could feel my blood pressure spike. "You said you wouldn't pull this kind of stunt anymore." "I wasn't hiding it," she said. "I just wanted to give it to her my way. You always make everything about control." We ended the call on a bad note. Back at home, Jenna was clearly feeling the tension. She asked if I was mad at her, and I told her I wasn't, at least not entirely. But here's the part I didn't expect. Later that week, I caught her crying in the kitchen, not over the ring or the drama, but because of what my mom had told her. "She said you used to talk about marrying someone else," Jenna whispered, "before me." That's when I remembered, years ago, during a really bad patch with my mom, she kept saying I'd thrown away my best chance because I didn't stay with my high school girlfriend. She loved my ex, and apparently she'd told Jenna that she always thought I'd settled. That broke something in Jenna. She said she started questioning everything: why my mom never really liked her, why she always made subtle digs during holidays or dinners. I told her none of that has anything to do with how I feel about you, and she believed me. But I could see how much it had hurt her. The ring wasn't just a gift. It was a tool, another way for my mom to wedge herself into our marriage. So we made a decision. We gave the ring back, together, drove to her house, handed it over, and told her firmly, "This isn't a gift, it's control, and we're not interested." My mom was furious. told us we were being ungrateful, dramatic, and disrespectful. We left anyway. Since then, Jenna and I have been stronger. Weirdly, the whole situation made us closer. We've started looking for houses again, started talking about kids, and yeah, I bought her a ring of her own. One I picked, one she'll actually wear. After we returned the ring, things were peaceful for a bit. We avoided seeing my mom, even skipped a family dinner we were supposed to attend a week later. Jenna said she just wasn't ready, and honestly, neither was I. But then, the emails started. Yep, emails. My mom sent Jenna this long message, basically saying she regretted ever welcoming her into the family, and that she hoped one day when things fall apart, you'll remember who was really on your side. It was so manipulative it made me feel sick, and I wasn't even the one it was directed at. Jenna showed it to me right away. She didn't even respond, just looked at me and said, "This is why I didn't want to keep the ring. She's not giving us a gift, she's giving us debt." Emotional debt. That hit me hard. I realized I'd spent so much time defending my mom's behavior in the past, telling Jenna to let it go or it's just how she is, that I'd never actually taken a hard stance on what was okay and what wasn't. This time was different. I emailed my mom myself, told her flat out, "Don't contact Jenna again. If you have something to say, say it to me, but I won't let you keep disrespecting my wife." Her reply, "I guess you've chosen your side." Damn right, I had. So fast forward a few weeks. Jenna's mood was better. We were finally spending weekends like we used to, making pancakes, planning small getaways, laughing again. Then I got a text from my aunt. She asked if we were okay. I told her, yeah, things were fine, just staying low key. She sent me a screenshot. Apparently, my mom had sent a group email to a bunch of extended family saying Jenna manipulated me into cutting her off, that she pretended to love the family heirloom only to spit in their faces, and that Jenna had always been after control, not love. It was brutal. Lies mixed with just enough truth to make it confusing for people who didn't really know us. We were stunned. Jenna looked at me and asked, "Do you still want her in our lives?" And that's when I realized, no, I didn't. Not like this. I don't care how much history we had or what she did for me growing up. Once someone starts actively trying to sabotage your marriage, you don't owe them a seat at the table anymore. So I replied to the group, not emotional, just clear. Everything my mom said is false. We returned the ring because we don't believe in conditional gifts. Jenna didn't manipulate anyone, and I've made the choice to set boundaries for the health of my marriage. If anyone wants to hear our side, reach out directly. And guess what? A few cousins did. Quietly. They said they always suspected my mom could be like this, but never wanted to get involved. Now here's where things really turned. One evening, Jenna got a call from a number she didn't recognize. It was a lawyer. My mom had put together some kind of informal claim that the ring was still part of a family asset that Jenna had tampered with. The lawyer said it wasn't a real case, there was no legal ground, but my mom wanted it documented. Documented. Like she was preparing for war. That night I told Jenna we were going to do something radical, something my therapist had once suggested, but I'd always brushed off. We were going no contact, fully. No calls, no texts, no emails, no showing up at family events just to be polite. We were done. We drafted a formal letter stating that for the sake of our mental health, we were stepping away from communication with her indefinitely. Sent it certified. Then we blocked her. It's been 2 months since then, and here's the weird part. I feel free. Not like, yay, my mom's gone, but like, for the first time in our marriage, it feels like we're not walking on eggshells around someone else's expectations. Jenna's lighter. I'm more present. We talk about real stuff now, not just problems. We're planning a trip this fall to somewhere remote, just the two of us. No phones for a few days, and we've started talking about therapy together, not because something's broken, but because we want to keep growing. A few days ago, something unexpected happened. I got a letter, a real physical letter. No return address, but the handwriting was unmistakably my mom's. I didn't open it right away. I let it sit on the kitchen counter for 2 days. Jenna didn't say a word about it. She just saw it, looked at me, and left it alone. Eventually, curiosity got the better of me. I opened it. Inside was a short note. No apology, no explanation, just, "One day you'll see she turned you against your own blood. I just hope it's not too late when you do." That was it. No love, no signature, just that. I showed it to Jenna. She read it, took a deep breath, and handed it back to me. Do you believe that? She asked. No, I said. Not for a second. I threw the letter in the shredder. It's strange. You always think family ties are unbreakable until someone spends years slowly cutting the threads themselves. My mom made her choice, and I made mine. Update. 4 months later. Jenna and I are good. Actually, we're better than ever. We finished closing on a small house just outside the city. It's not huge, but it's ours. We painted the walls ourselves, built the bookshelves, argued over furniture placement, and somehow laughed through most of it. We've started new traditions, ones that don't involve uncomfortable dinners or forced smiles, just us being present. One of the most popular comments on my original post said, marriage isn't just about love, it's about choosing who stands next to you when the world throws punches. I've never forgotten that. To everyone who gave advice, shared stories, or just offered support, thank you. Seriously. Reddit strangers helped me find clarity in one of the most emotionally confusing times in my life. And if anyone reading this is stuck between keeping the peace and protecting their peace, choose yourself. Choose your person. Blood might be thicker than water, but respect is everything.